Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, let me see how to start this. So today, as you probably see, we are going mobile. I don't really, right, it's not that I dislike to go mobile, but it's not my cup of tea. I like to be working on my driveway from the comfort of my driveway. If I need anything, is here or will be on the workshop, on the shed. But yeah, I like to be on the comforts of my home, if that makes sense. If I need anything or if I want to stop, whatever. In this case, it's been because I ended up by allowing it to, but so let me take you a little bit through the story. So the car, so I was asked to look at this car, which is, I'm not 100% sure. Well, I actually forgot because I went there. I'll take you through. So I let me see, there's a little bit of traffic around here. So I was asked to look at this car last year, just for reference. Is now pretty much end of March 2021. I think today is the 23rd, and I was asked to look at this car last year, guys, before Christmas, and I managed to go and scan the car somewhere in January. And the car is actually, it's not a car, it's a van, a minivan. It's a Peugeot no, it's not partner. Peugeot Expert. Bloody hell, I can't even remember now. It's like the Berlingos. I will update somewhere here what exactly the van is. And he has the 1.6 diesel engine, HDI. Now the car is a no crank, no start. So when I went in there, the guy told me, actually my neighbor, this guy is like, I think is his brother-in-law, I think it is, of my neighbor, and my neighbor was the one, looking about him, look, I'm just passing by. My neighbor, the one that asked me to look, small world. Right, so this guy was actually the one that asked me to have a look at the car. In the meantime, long story short, which doesn't matter for the video, so I went in there around January, scanned the car, but before I scanned the car, the guy told me the car was running fine, the car was off the road due to the lockdowns, etc. I guess because of what he does, which I don't even know why he does, but anyway, the car apparently was off road for a couple months before the problem happened. And basically he said because he had the car off-road, he was starting and stopping the car, or he was starting the car every week, leave it running for 15-20 minutes, and then we'll shut it down. One day he got there to do the same, and nothing, the car was dead. Well, it's not dead, key comes on, but no crank and no start. So at this point, I went in there then to scan the car, and very, very, very quickly I got an understanding why the car was not starting. The reason why the car is not starting is because there's no communications with the engine ECU. I hope it's not the hotel that for some reason is not communicating with it, but it looks like there's no communications with the engine ECU. At the time, I went actually on the Vauxhall. I just took the scanner with me, did a quick look around, check, fuses, just what I could do, like just visual inspecting. I got no tools whatsoever, nothing, zero. I just got the hotel. But yeah, there was no communications with the engine ECU. But I don't think it was the hotel not being able to communicate, because as I start to scan all the modules were reporting no communications with the engine ECU as well. So So yeah, that's what the problem is. I never had a chance after that, after January when I did the scan. I never had a chance to go and have a look. I told the guy to bring me the car. I had a few opportunities I could have had the car in if he would bring me the car. The guy is, I don't know, I guess he didn't want to pay for a recovery truck to bring the car, and he didn't want to tow the car either, I guess. So he kind of asked me if I could actually go there. I said, look, if that's the case, you're gonna have to wait. The weather has not been very good. I mean, today is actually good, it's not too bad, but the weather has been, well, as you have seen on some of my previous videos, it's not been the best of the bests. So yeah, so today is the day we're gonna have a look at it. I'm taking the van, obviously. I'm taking the Maxi C's, I'm taking my scope just in case, and I'm taking my laptop in case I need diagrams, which most likely I will. So that's basically what it is. Really, there is not much more to say. Now I'm not going to be there recording too much, so this is going to be a video very, I'm not going to take you through the testing procedures, and most likely the car is parked by the walkway. The house has literally no space to park, pretty much not even a car on his front driveway. The rear of the car or the van is actually in the walkway a little bit, so it's really awkward. There's people always walking there back and forth. I'm not going to be there recording, guys, but hopefully I will be able to, I don't know, I guess I'll be able to, I think I can go through this road if I'm not mistaken, and then turn at the top. Yeah, should be alright. So I'm not going to be recording the normal usual videos, but hopefully I will be able to show you bits and bobs, and hopefully we'll be able to show you the problem and how to fix, I guess. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm nearly there. Just this is in the city center. Is school leaving time, and there is a lot of kids everywhere and traffic, so just bear with me a little bit. Hold on. Oh, come on, give me a little bit of room. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Right, so yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, just arrived. There it is. Let me show you. There is the van right there by the window. So yeah, let's gonna get things started and see if we can find the problem. Just for the purpose of the video, because otherwise I'll never start at this point doing this again, just to show you first that I have ignition. So ignition off, ignition on. So as you can see, I have ignition, but when I turn the key, literally nothing happens. Okay, the car is economy mode, which that will go away as soon as I start the car. For some reason I was under the impression that was more faults. Looks like it's just one actually on the BSM. Yeah, that's fine. So there we go. So starter mode, starter command consistency, unexpected reinitialization, blah blah blah. But the one I'm actually interested on is that one. No communications with the engine ECU. So I'm going to start with the basics, guys, which is going and check all the fuses, etc, etc. Now I have tools, I can pull the fuses out, etc. So we're going to check everything and see if we find anything. Okay, checked all the fuses are good. On the BSM itself there is loads of corrosion on loads of fuses. Even though they are all good, there's plenty of corrosion. Black plug, which is this black pin 5, it's this pin here at the bottom, is the pin that takes the power to the ECU. ECU is out. Okay, I already checked continuity to that. I think is pin M2, and the wire looks good. So what I'm going to do is plug everything back in, take this cover off, and make sure the BSM is actually outputting voltage through this wire, because judging by the amount of corrosion, It could be that the relay inside, so this wire is powered through a relay. It could be that the relay is not even working, and therefore it doesn't power the ECU. So let's go and have a look and see what we find out. Okay, ignition is on. I'm back probing that pin 5, I think it's 5, pin 5, I'm sure it's pin 5 on that black plug, and as you can see I have nothing. Okay, so the test probe is working, as you can see, but again, no voltage coming out from there. Okay, so still we could have two issues here, because what turns on the relay over here is a signal from the ECU. Let me see here on the diagrams. So ECU sends a signal to the BSM. Let me see, pin 9. So through pin 9 on the same plug, there's a signal that comes. It's going to be either ground or voltage, but most likely it's going to be ground, which then grounds the relay in here, which sends the power to the ECU. Okay, so I don't know how good I was explaining you. So the wire that comes with the signal to ground the relay in the BSM is through that grey wire there. I don't know if you can hear the buzzing on the engine, because when I do this car's coming, but hope you can hear it. Can you hear the relay? And all I'm doing with the test light is grounding that wire. So the ECU is not grounding the relay, which in turn powers the ECU itself. The only other power I can see on the diagrams is the wake up line, which should be a 12 volts feed. That should be coming from the BSI. So that's what we're going to check next. It looks like there is no fuse on that wire, so I'm going to check if we have wake up line on the actually pin coming from the BSI on the engine plug, and go from there. Okay, and we might have some bad news. I'll explain in a minute. So that's now connected to my wake up line, which is pin C3 on that black plug at the back. Ignition is off. Look what happens when I turn the ignition on. I know it sounds like good news, which is it is, because the BSI is actually sending the wake up signal to the engine ECU, but looks like the engine ECU is ignoring that signal and is not waking up, I guess, or something internal. It might be waking up, but it's not sending the signal to power then the relay on that side. So how are we going to do this? Let me think, because I don't think the guy wants to spend a lot of money. So let me see how we're going to do this. Okay guys, problem found. There is a break on the signal wire that comes from the ECU to the BSM. By the way, that in there was not me. That was already done. Swear for God guys, that was already done. Anyway, what I've done, I got the wire. So first I measured the wire. There's no continuity, so I got this jumper wire all the way to here, and look what happens when I jump these now. I don't know if you can hear it. So if I leave this jumper wire here now, actually let's gonna do something else. Now let me just put that in there so I can actually power this ECU up, and we can have communication. So I can pretty much guarantee you that we do have now communications. Let's go in a moment of the truth. And there we are. Right, so in the end guys, it is the signal wire that powers the relay in the BSM, which runs from the engine ECU all the way to the BSM. There's a break somewhere. Now I'm going to speak with the guy. I'm pretty sure the guy wants this as cheap as possible. For me to find that now, because that loom runs all the way through the back of the engine, so either it could be a bad wire, as we have seen in Peugeot's wires just start to rot from the inside, even though usually it's close to the battery, so it's a slightly different story. But it could be that is something rubbing somewhere, and this is just the first problem, and others will come. I will have to ask the guy. I don't know what the plans is for this van, if he wants to sell it. I don't know, guys. So I'm going to speak with the guys, with the guy, and I can now start this van if I want. I'm not going to do it just now because I have the laptop in there and everything. I don't want to drop everything, but the van will start now, 100%. I just need now to find out what the guy wants to do. But honestly, I have literally, the van is against the house, so there's no room. Every time I want to check something on that side of the engine, I need to go around the van in order to get to the other side. Is a nightmare. I will not be doing that here, so I'll get the van running. I'll leave the jumper wire there if he wants, and then if he wants to bring the van around to check it, I will check it properly. I will dismantle everything and try to find out exactly where the brake is. But for now, let me speak with the guy, and because I want to show you this running anyway. So let me speak with the guy and see what he wants to do. Okay, wire in place through there, all the way to there. Oops, I haven't plugged that in yet. Right, I forgot to connect those 2 plugs on the BSM. All done now. As you've seen the wire, I've wrapped the wire in cloth tape and run it organized through the front on top of the radiator on those plastics. I've drilled a couple holes to get some cable ties to hold everything properly. Guys, for a Peugeot, looks like factory fitted. As you've seen, we have now communications. There is a fault on the engine ECU. Not sure what that is. Now, would be embarrassing if it doesn't start now, because I haven't started the car yet, not even tried to crank it. I've seen that issue in there, and I'm 100%, well, I'm 99.9% sure that's the issue, but I never cranked the engine. As I said, the guy just wants this to run for now, regardless of how. He said that he just wants to get the MOT done because the car ran out MOT in the meantime, and so intermittent airflow meter, not really worried about that. Let's gonna do a quick erase to the codes. So yeah, as I was saying, the guy reckons when he gets the MOT done, he will speak with me to come there to get everything done properly. So he wants this done like proper done, but as you can imagine, and as I've said, there is still a fault in there. Let me just see what that is. The loom on this car runs behind the engine, right here behind the engine all the way. So it's going to be a pain in the ass to pull that loom to find out where the problem is. As I said, it might be that this is just the start, and okay, not too worried about that for now. Oh, it's gonna be if it doesn't start. Let's gonna try to crank it and see what happens. Okay, and let's gonna try to start this and see what happens. So let's gonna cycle the ignition. Whew, it should start, I think. Wait, come on. This hasn't started for a long time, so let's rest it a little bit and try again. And it's running. Whoops, it just shut off. Let's try again. This car hasn't run for months, so and there he is, running like a baby. It's gonna go back home now. Problem solved. Oops. Okay, so problem solved. As you guys have seen, the car is running. Took a little bit to start. I was not expecting it to start straight away. After all, the car doesn't run, or didn't run for 4 months or something like that. So, but it started. It's running. I left the car running. I told them to leave it running for another 10 or 15 minutes to give a good charge to the battery a little bit. The guy says to me he's going to get the MOT sorted, get the car sorted. I think he needs tires as well. And once that's done, he said he will get in touch to bring me the car to proper find where the broken wire is. But for now, guys, as you have seen, it's sorted. This is a very, very good example, guys, where, and I keep saying this on my replies, is don't blame straight away ECUs and modules and stuff like that. Start with the basics: fuses, grounds. If that's good, start to check powers and grounds at the modules themselves. And as you have seen, we found no power, no 12 volts on that pin at the ECU. Find out where that comes from. That is powered from a relay. What activates the relay? Well, it's actually the ECU itself. How the ECU gets power in first place? Through the wake-up line. Do we have a wake-up line in first place? Yes, we do. So let's go and see if we have the signal on the other end. No, we don't. Measure the wire, open circuit or open line. That's it. So as you have seen, guys, it's not rocket science to an extent. In a situation like this, diagrams are essential, guys. Without diagrams, I would be there scratching my head until I find out exactly what goes where. Diagrams obviously helps a lot, and sometimes you just cannot do nothing without them. You need the diagrams in order to get things done. So with no further ado, guys, what else to say? Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information you can find useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below, and like always, thank you for watching.